talking about vision and supremacy, Jen, there's this guy on Twitter. I should really quote people better. I can't even quote verses, the numbers and chapters. So I'm just going to say some guy and just go with that. So there's some guy on Twitter is using the term the penthouse suite of the Tower of Babel. The penthouse suite of the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
So you would think that if you were in a penthouse suite, you'd have the best vision.
Wow.
Look what we built. Isn't that what the Tower of Babel, how that narrative goes? Look what we built. And from that penthouse suite, you have the vision so you can determine what happens. And I'm playing with that idea with vision. And what we talk about in this ministry that Tricia and I work along with is the Philippians 2 of emptying oneself of power. Like Christ emptied himself of authority and came to serve. So he didn't go from the penthouse, which really would be, the triune God. He went from there to incarnate himself in the lower place. And so I'm in these conversations where leaders of the church are saying, what should we do? And I'm like, you're starting off the wrong question. Because you think from the penthouse suite, we can actually solve this. And so what does it look like to not do that and to have vision come from somewhere else?
Yeah, there is something about the calling of God that requires us, those who are carrying the mantle, to sit in the seat of, you know what I mean? So you can't do it from a high and lifted up place. Just before we started this, Bret and I were talking about how everything has had to go virtual, and that shifted our preaching from a pulpit, right? And it's a good thing, because now we're in a space that is, for those of us that are doing it, we're in a space that's that can listen better, can hear better. As you're talking and preaching, there are things put in the chat from the people who are receiving. So, it is to a degree, it's bringing us down off of that ivory tower. And you're absolutely right. Nothing can be in that suite. What'd you say? The penthouse suite. Your vision you would think that the vision becomes clearer because you're in you can see it all over, but really you have a tendency to only see what's in those four, what's around you, because you're in the penthouse. So everything you need is right there. So why look out the window? Why look beyond yourself? Anyway.
That image is so powerful, because the lesson of the Tower of Babel is the lesson of the foolishness of domination, right? You think about the one language that is spoken. It's not like everybody got together and say, hey, let's all take bits and pieces from everybody's language. There was a domination of one language over others, and that is the opposite of the image that we get in Revelation, in Acts, the story of Acts, people coming together that we've talked about so many times. And and to see these stories in the church, that we have discipled our people wrong, that people see these competing voices and languages and cultures as a threat instead of a way to experience the kingdom of God manifest now. We have access to that beauty, but people see that as a threat, and there are spaces in which people are actively trying to fight against seeing any of these stories that doesn't fit our own mythology about who we are.